Choushinsei, or Supernova Flashman, was aired from the 1st of March of 1986 to the 21st of February 1987 by the company Toei Studios on Asahi TV in Japan for the span of exactly 50 episodes. It is a fairly simple plot centered around 5 young adult characters named Jin, Dai, Boon, Sarah, and Lu. All 5 of which were kidnapped from Earth as children by a wicked organization of extraterrestrials to be rescued by a peaceful race of beings known as the Flashians, who would raise each child separately on one of 5 planets in their home system, the Flashian system. Each child would be trained into adulthood for the next 2 decades by the Flashians and would attain superhuman powers which would aid them in their end goal mission, to be sent by the Flashians alongside a cute puppy-loving robot named Mag to Earth to counter and destroy the reconstructive experiment empire, led by the cruel Lord La Deus, partnered with his subservient, the great Dr. Lee Keflin, and the genetic amalgamations who serve him. In terms of overall design quality, the constantly reappearing side characters are not that very appealing, but the TV show does have a few things to make up for that. Back to the main premise, Lee Keflin is a galactic scientist who creates different genetic amalgamations of organisms by splicing their genes together in order to create what the series calls Beast Warriors, which are basically just kaijin, Japanese for mysterious person, who battle the Flash Warriors once they return to Earth. There's actually this really cool light-up figure display of the Flash team with the rolling Vulcan, which you can find online as I discovered while making this video, but we'll get back into merchandise later. Regarding the overall designs of the Beast Warriors, it's a hit or miss, which is typical for this genre. Some are fairly decent and others aren't that much an appeal. Some of our main antagonists get upgrades later, and I honestly don't know what to think about them entirely. There were, however, a few times where I found some memorable and a few, funnily enough, reminded me of a few iconic kaiju. In episode 28 of the series, there was a Beast Warrior with plant-like properties, which reminded me somewhat of Biollante. This one here reminded me of Varan, and this dude here actually gave me Megalon vibes. My god, that, although it seems to be a fan favorite for me, Godzilla vs. Megalon is just the ultimate trip. But I mean that in a good way. I always refer to Jet Jaguar as Jet Jackass because he was literally created by Toho to rival the growing popularity of Ultraman. Back to what this video is about though, like whenever the Flash team would defeat a kaijin with the rolling Vulcan, it would become regenerated by an alien life form called the Kragan, which would enlarge the kaijin to a gargantuan size, with the Flash team retaliating by bringing out their glorious mechas. My personal favorite being the Flash King. There's this giant ship called the Star Condor, which would kick off the Flash King's transformation sequence throughout the first half of the series. And it would basically go along something like this. Star Condor take off. Star Condor take off. Yume ni made mita chikyū no sora e. 輝くフラッシュ性の平和の願いが込められた熱いハートのスーパーメカでメスの野望を打ち砕けアタックタックアタック出たアタックシーカー The Flash King would later be joined by the Titan Boy, who would morph out of this humongous truck and undergo its own transformation. I love the overall design of both of these mechas, and it's quite fun seeing them in action. I forgot to mention one last mecha, that being the strongest of them all, the Flash Titan, which when you look at from afar just comedically dwarfs every beast warrior it comes against. Moving on, I came to discover that there was actually a lot of available vintage Flashman merchandise, which is available on eBay and other websites. They even have their own vinyl record. I found this set of really nice collectible figurines for each member of the Flash team, and I felt like they were worth featuring. It's the kind of show that I would say is definitely worth watching if you don't take it too seriously. It has its wacky moments, but makes up for it with its action sequences, music that kicks, and lovable, enjoyable main characters. The villains, they're a hit or miss for me, but there was one villain named Saw Cowler who I particularly enjoyed. He comes in later as an ally to the main antagonists, but ends up betraying them later, even going head-to-head with La Deus. This was actually my first Super Sentai series that I've watched all the way through, and I've been told that it is a more unique place to start in the franchise. I saw the 20-minute movie made by Toei to promote the series and the music. The fight scenes and suit designs and main characters all were enough to pique my interest, and so I think that it is definitely worth the watch, and I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 rating.